I just want the world to know that I'm that girl. Pretty black cute, pretty black cute, pretty black cute.
What's poppin', y'all? It's Naja Iman. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, thanks for stopping by. If you're not new, hey babe, thanks for coming back. Today I'm about to be putting y'all on all the game, giving y'all all the information you need to survive college. I'm going to be talking about everything from studying to social life to parties to frats to sororities to time management to scheduling classes to maintaining your mental health to dating, everything under the sun. If you have a question about it, I most likely will answer it in this video. I need you to get a notepad, a piece of paper, a pencil, your notes app, something to take notes because I'm about to drop a lot on y'all, okay? I started college in 2019 and I wish that I had something like this to watch before I started because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I went in there so confused, so clueless. I don't got nothing to worry about. I'm here to help you. I am your fairy godmother at this point. So stick with me, I got you. We're gonna get through this together. So the first thing I wanna get into is classes. I don't know what grade you guys are in. If when you're watching this, you might be a freshman, you might be a sophomore, you might even be a junior or maybe a senior. I don't know, but specifically for my freshmen, when it comes to choosing your first classes, I definitely recommend speaking to an advisor and crafting a reasonable schedule that will not be super duper demanding. You don't wanna take the hardest classes your first semester, and let me tell you, I wasn't told this. My first semester, I took the most difficult classes. I don't know why I ended up dropping them and that's a whole nother story, but I recommend taking simple entry-level general ed courses like nutrition, environmental science, general eds that you need to fulfill breadths. I'm not sure how every college works, if this is a universal experience for every college student, but at Berkeley, you had to take 7 breadth courses. I think it was like biological science, physical science, history. Please, I'm so rusty because I'm not in school anymore, so I don't really remember, but you just had to take a bunch of core general ed courses before actually moving to the big leagues and getting into your major stuff. So try to choose very entry-level, simple, basic courses that you know that you'll be able to glide through with ease without any extra stress added onto you. You're already gonna be stressed out over homework, over finals, over midterms. You don't want extra stress added onto you because you chose an upper division course when you really should have been in all lower division courses. You know what I mean? And want to choose courses that are lower division, meaning they're for lower classmen, freshman and sophomore. Don't go in there trying to hang with the big dogs and choose all upper division classes because you will regret it. And come October, midterm season, you're gonna be crying in your dorm like, why did I choose these classes? So listen to me, bro. Your freshman year is a pivotal time for making connections with people, finding friends, joining clubs, getting into the groove of being a new student at the school and being a part of the school's ecosystem. So for me, when I started Berkeley, a few months before I actually, I guess, enrolled or started my classes, there was this thing called Senior Weekend where high school seniors that were admitted to Berkeley kind of have like a trial experience as a Berkeley student. Here is where I pretty much found my friends. I was grouped with the Black community at Cal, so most of my friends were Black, and that helped me feel a lot more grounded in my experience because if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But going to a PWI, a predominantly white institution, you're gonna experience racism, you're gonna experience discrimination, you're gonna experience hate. And having that foundation of Black community helps me feel a lot more connected and less lonely. Now, I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know if you're going to a PWI, if you're going to an HBCU or community college or whatever, but if you are a student of color, and especially if you're a Black student going to a PWI, I wanna emphasize finding students that make you feel included, make you feel seen, make you feel heard, and do not exclude you and make you feel like you're not supposed to be there. Because especially when you're going to a PWI, there will be people around you who don't think you deserve to be in a seat next to them. You know what I mean? And I experienced that a lot. I experienced racism, I experienced discrimination, times where I was the only Black girl in class, the only Black student in the class, and times where people would literally walk over me as if I wasn't there, as if I was invisible. People would just completely disregard my presence. And that's the type of thing that you have to mentally prepare yourself for if you are a Black student going to a PWI. It sucks, but being Black in America, that's what you're gonna get. Like, that's just the world we live in, unfortunately. But if you mentally prepare yourself for it, you'll be able to get through it. I did mention in a few previous videos that I would tell you guys about some racist experiences that I had to go through at Berkeley. So I'll tell them right now, just very quickly before I move on to the next topic, but my freshman year, you guys might even remember this, but this guy went on a racist rant about how he hates black people. He really said he hates all N-words and how he wants to kill us all and blah, 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 blah. So someone sent me the video and I amplified the video. I posted it on my Instagram, and so I wanted to inform like my fellow black students of what this guy was saying and also bring enough attention to it so that the administration could do something about it. So I posted the video and the guy pretty much started harassing me, being super racist in my Instagram DMs, calling me all types of names, all types of slurs, bro. I felt super unsafe, and I took that to admin, and all they did was make him withdraw from a semester, but he was allowed to come back. So I kind of sent a message out to me and my black peers that we weren't really protected, we weren't really cared for in the way that the school claimed to care for black students. Colleges, especially PWIs, try to push diversity when really it's just to check off a box, and I didn't feel protected after that situation. Another scenario where I experienced racism was during midterm week. We were taking our midterm, and pretty much the GSI, which is the grad student instructor, made every student sit one seat away from each other so that there would be no room for cheating. I walk in with my friend, they sit down, I leave that seat next to them empty, and then I sit in the next seat. And the GSI singles me out, and he's like, "You need to move over." I'm like, "What? You told us to sit one seat apart from each other. Why do I have to move?" He's like, "You need to move." I'm like, "All right, you know, I'm not even gonna cause commotion right now because we need to take this test." I just got up and I moved. But you know what I'm saying? It's little things like that that proved to me there are people in that space that believe that I had no place being a student at that school. Little things like that you have to be aware of when you attend a PWI. Do whatever you can to rise above it all. Whatever you need to do that, because it can get really lonely. When it comes to finding your tribe, I would definitely recommend joining clubs, student organizations like Black Student Union, Latina Student Union, Asian Pacific Islander Student Union, stuff like that. Talk to the person sitting next to you in your class, introduce yourself to them, get their number, get their Instagram, you know, just connect in ways like that. This might seem intimidating at first, but honestly, everyone is in the same boat. Everyone's anxious, everyone's nervous, everyone's scared. You just talk to people, you'll find that y'all all just want the same thing, to feel part of a community. So I don't really know much about frats and sororities, but I do know that these are also ways to build friendships with people. I can't really speak too much on Greek life though, because I stayed far away from it. I'm not gonna lie to you, frats kind of scare me. You can also go to parties and meet people there. I was not a partier. I went to 2 parties my entire college experience. One freshman year and then another one my senior year. So yeah, I can't really speak to that. Let's talk about studying, which is a pretty good segue from the party topic. There will be times where you need to study for a midterm, but there's also a turned up party happening the same night that you want to go to. Which one do you choose? Do you go to the party or do you stay home and study? Stay home and study. There will be a plethora of parties to attend, but that test is only going to come once. Make sure that you prioritize your studies above everything else. I mean, this is coming from a nerd and someone that really was never outside. Somebody else might give you completely different advice, but that's why this is my video, and that's that. In college, every assignment matters. For me, in a lot of my classes, I had 4 assignments. I didn't really have homework except for reading. Those 4 assignments really mattered because there are only 4. If you have a bunch of assignments that you can do across, you know, a semester, then okay, you can maybe miss 1 or 2 or 3. But if you only have 4 or 5 assignments to do, if you miss 1, if you bomb 1, that's gonna really do some damage to your grades. So obviously you can take my advice and tailor it to your experience. If you have multiple assignments in a class, you might be able to back off on 1. But if you have only 4 to 5 assignments, just stay on top of them, okay? Form study groups. Study groups are clutch. Now, you might go to a school where the overall attitude about collaboration is negative. Like you might go to a super competitive school where people don't really like to collaborate because it's like a crowds in a bucket type of situation. But if you're in an environment where people are collaborative and they just want everyone to win, study groups are your best friend, because honestly, the amount of work that they assign you in college is so ridiculous. There will be times where I literally would have to stay up all night to finish a reading assignment. One single reading assignment for 1 class, you guys. These professors, they would assign me 30 pages to read in 1 day. Like, I'm 1 person and I also have 5 other classes. These professors really be thinking we robots or something, and they don't have no sympathy for you. Their expectations of us are kind of unrealistic. I was a media studies major, by the way, so I didn't really have to do like practice problems or problem sets or anything like that for homework. I just had to do hella reading and writing, and my professors would assign me like 20 pages to read, 30 pages to read every single day. Take notes on them, come in the next day, discuss them in my discussion group. When you form study groups, you're able to split up the work, contribute to a group. Let's say group Google Doc, for example. Let's say professor assigns you 20 pages, get into a group of 4 people. Y'all all read 5 pages each, and you contribute what you gathered from that 5 pages to a shared Google Doc. And from there, you guys all have a shared understanding of what the entire reading assignment was about. It's working smarter, not harder. Don't make it harder on yourself. If you find a group of people that are willing to collaborate with you and share notes or whatever, then you will breeze through, I'm telling you. Let's talk about books. Don't you ever spend not a single dime on a book if you can find it online for the free. This is a controversial topic because I am promoting like illegality, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? Whatever. College students, you don't want to have to pay $100 for a book. These professors might assign you dang near 3-4 books a class. Back in the day, before the feds took it down, we used to use ZLib, Z Library. Best bootleg book platform ever. I used to get all my books from there. You don't need to buy any books. You don't need to go to the bookstore. You don't need to do any of that. Use libgen.lc. And if it's not there, I'll list some other book sites in the description box. But before you spend some money on a book, try to find a free PDF first. Work smarter, not harder. I feel like the point of college is to work smarter, not harder. Don't put more stress on yourself, okay? I'll be right back. My Popeyes is here. It's time for a lunch break. The next thing I want to tell y'all, if you don't do anything, go to class. Okay, don't be out here skipping multiple lectures to sleep in, to go hang out with your friends. If you have a professor that records everything and puts everything on Canvas after class, then you're so blessed. But if you don't, go to class. It's the least you could do, especially if you only got an hour-long class. Just go and make sure you're paying attention. Take notes, listen to your professor. A lot of professors, they might use slides that they want you to take notes off of, but a lot of professors just talk, and you're gonna have to listen to what they're saying to make sure you take adequate notes. Don't be that person that goes to lecture and be talking the whole time. Bruh, that's the worst type of person you could be, because everybody else in the class is trying to focus on the professor while you talking in the back. If you gonna do that, just don't go. And try your best to develop a relationship with your professors. I don't know if everyone has office hours, but at Berkeley, we had office hours, which basically was a scheduled day out of the week where professors would hold a space for students to just come in and talk about literally anything. Homework, tests, ask them a question about their dog. Like, you could literally just go in and talk to them and just form a deeper connection with them. Why not get to know your professors? Like, they're awesome, super smart, and they just want to see you succeed. Most of them. Some of them, I don't have any nice things to say, but most of your professors want to see you succeed. So go talk to them. On top of the hour and a half, 2-hour lectures that we had, 2-3 days out of the week, we would have discussion sections. So let's say that I had a media theories lecture Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I might have a discussion section on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The lecture is just when the professor is just throwing words at you. It's not really a group discussion, it's just the professor lecturing at you. The lecture section might have anywhere from 50 to 300 students in one space, while the discussion section usually has about 10 to 20 students. And this is a much more intimate space where students are able to actually talk to each other, talk to the GSI, which is the grad student instructor, the person that leads the class, which isn't, you know, an actual tenured professor, but someone that knows a lot about the topic, the class, and is able to help students understand the information a lot more. The GSI was a lot more hands-on. They would be the ones grading our papers, submitting feedback to us. If I could have got out of going to discussion sections, I would have. But you gotta go. If you miss 2 or more discussions, your grade would tank, and it's crazy. So don't miss your discussion section. What do you do if you're feeling overwhelmed from school, you wanna take a break, you caught an illness, and you don't think you'll be able to make it to class for the next few months? You're dealing with a family problem that will require you to take some time off from school. Take that time off. There is nothing wrong with taking a semester off to focus on your personal life and deal with issues that no one else knows the gravity of. There's nothing wrong with taking time off and coming back. You do not have to finish college in the 4-year time frame. Go at your own pace. I withdrew 3 different times, and I still finished within 4 years because I'm insane. I should be graduating next spring, but I just want to get out of there. It's okay to withdraw. You know, you can always come back later. School will always be here, and that's something that I want to emphasize. School is not going anywhere. So if you want to take a break, take that break. It's really easy to procrastinate, but if you really think about it, procrastination don't benefit not a single person. I'm gonna keep saying this. The motto that you need to carry with you throughout college is work smarter, not harder. Why would you procrastinate, cram all your studying into one night when you could spread it out over the week, 30 minutes to an hour every single day, instead of cramming a study session into one night? Don't do that. I did that many times. Don't do what I did. I'm here to tell you what not to do. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Like, okay, yes, I graduated, I got out of there, but I would have been a lot less stressed if I would have just spread everything out. Your professor is gonna give you a syllabus at the beginning of the semester, which will just outline every single assignment you'll have to do, every test, every book you'll need. What you should do once you get that syllabus, find the due dates of every major assignment, whether it's a test, a reading response, a final and midterm, whatever, and put that in your calendar. Have your calendar calendar alert you 2 to 3 weeks before that assignment is due, so you have time to prepare, just so that it's on your mind and you're not unprepared for when it gets closer to the due date. Just always be one step ahead. One more thing about time management, I know I already talked about like reading and study groups and all that, but one thing that I learned from my sociology professor, when reading any assignment, honestly, it doesn't matter how long it is, just skim through. Like, you don't have to literally sit through and read every single sentence, because that's gonna take you about 3 hours, especially if it's 30 pages long. Just skim through. Another thing that I learned is to read the first sentence and the last sentence of every paragraph. College teaches you so much responsibility. It teaches you the importance of independence. You might go in there completely confused, but the goal is to leave feeling so confident. As a college student, your success is defined by the amount of work that you put in, the amount of time that you put in, the amount of studying you do, and how willing you are to persevere. There will be times where you might want to crack down, you might want to break, you might want to check out, but you're gonna have to keep going. You didn't come this far to only come this far, so you're gonna have to push yourself. You're gonna learn to pick yourself up and tell yourself to keep going. When nobody else is around you, when you're lonely in your dorm, you're gonna have to motivate yourself to get up and keep going. And it will get lonely, especially if you out of state and you know, you're going to a college that's thousands and thousands of miles away from your hometown. You're going to have to become your biggest cheerleader. I'm making this sound kind of sad and like depressing, but honestly, this is the truth. Like, you gotta just be prepared for it. It's not gonna be easy. And I don't want anybody to think that college is easy, because it's not. But one thing college is not, it's not high school, bro. I thought college was gonna be like high school, bro. I got there like, what the fudge is this? I can't do this. I was not ready for it, bro. But I'll finish though. But yeah, just make sure that you're taking time to nourish yourself and nurture yourself. You're gonna be doing a lot of self-nurturing in college, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. Like, you're gonna come out of there feeling so strong and confident, like you can really do anything you put your mind to. That's how I left feeling. Prioritize your mental health. Call your parents every now and then, okay? Call your friends, call your siblings. If you live out of state, make it a point to talk to your family, talk to your friends from back home. Stay connected to humans. Like, you need that human interaction with people, whether it's online, via phone call, via FaceTime, or you go to the library. Just stay connected to people. Another cheat code is to make your college experience feel like you are living through a coming of age movie. Every day I went up to campus, I took on the role of like an Amanda Bynes or something. Like, I'm in a movie right now. This is not real life. This is a movie and I'm the main character. That's what I made my college experience feel like. And for some reason, like, tricking my brain into thinking that I was in a movie made it a lot easier for me to navigate college. Do whatever you can to make it fun and enjoyable, because sometimes college can be very, very, very boring. So I had to take a break to charge my camera battery. I want to go back to withdrawals real quick. I don't know how I'm gonna keep saying this because I just want to make sure that you guys know. I don't know how every college works, but for my school, if we wanted to withdraw without actually having to pay tuition, which by the way makes no sense. Why would I have to pay tuition after I withdraw? But anyways, basically they gave us like a 2-week window to withdraw without having to pay tuition. So we would have to decide by, I think, like the second week of the semester if we wanted to withdraw to avoid paying tuition. Now, if we decided that we wanted to withdraw like 4 weeks in, 2 months in, we would still have to pay the tuition. It doesn't make any sense, but yeah, just stuff like that. It's just how they get you. Utilize the school's resources, okay? The library, goated. A plethora of books, computers. I know for my school, they always had technology for us to loan, such as Macs, headphones, earplugs, eye clickers, stuff like that. Your library should have a pretty good array of resources. Just research, because a lot of students didn't even know of all the resources that our libraries had. Make use of grants, scholarships, loans, but especially grants and scholarships, free money that you do not have to pay back. If you do the research, you can get a pretty penny from these institutions. And even third parties just like to give money to students for academic excellence, for being a person of color, for being gifted, for being left-handed. There are so many scholarships out there, you'd be surprised. Just do the research. I'm gonna list some scholarship websites in the description box below. I actually never received any scholarship before, but I received many grants in college, and the way to get grants is to just keep your grades up to par. The one thing you need to know about loans is the difference between an unsubsidized loan and a subsidized loan. An unsubsidized loan will make you unhappy because of the interest that accrues over the years that you have to pay it back. And a subsidized loan will make you happy because there's no interest on it. So when choosing loans, if you can opt for the subsidized loans and stay away from the unsubsidized loans, sometimes you don't have an option and you just need a loan, and sometimes the unsubsidized loans are the only ones that are you know, available. In that case, take it. You know, it's still free money, but not necessarily actually. You have to pay it back unless it gets forgiven. But you know, I love getting money out of my school. Like, give me all the money. Give me all the money you got. Give me all the money you got. But yeah, there's also something called work study where you work on campus, and instead of receiving a salary that just goes straight to your bank account, it's applied to your tuition. So however much money you receive from your job, that amount goes to your tuition. I never did work study, but if I didn't have an actual job in college, I would have done that for sure. Something else I forgot to mention, when picking classes, I recommend choosing classes from 10 a.m. to about 3 p.m. Don't choose 8 a.m. because then you have to wake up 7 in the morning, 7:30 to get to class, and you know you don't want to do that. Night classes are also cool. I had one class that went from 4 to 7. Mind you, why would I ever take a 3-hour class? I was tripping. But yeah, the optimal time to be on campus is from 10 to 4. Sometimes you might not be able to find a class in between that window, but ideally if you can schedule your day from 10 to 4, you should be good. If you think you can wake up at 8, 9, do that. If not, I suggest you take that 10, 11 a.m. Start your day around that time. You'll feel better. Another cheat code that I utilized in college was doing concurrent enrollment, which basically means I was taking community college courses while I was still enrolled at Berkeley. So I was pretty much took most of my general eds at a community college, a local community college, while I was fulfilling my major courses at Berkeley. So there would be times where I was taking anywhere from 6 to 7 classes a semester. I know this is insanity, guys. I'm telling you guys, I was literally insane. I don't know why I did the things I did. But I got out of there, okay? You know what you're capable of. So if you know that you're able to take 7 classes, do that. But if you don't want to do that, don't do that. Because you don't want to do more than you need to do. Quizlet is your best friend. Coursera is your best friend. Or Course Hero is your best friend. Prezi.com, if you know, you know. I'm just encouraging working smarter, not harder, okay? One of you guys asked me about dating in college, and I didn't do much dating in college. Can I keep it 100? I was like, lone nerd. But that's okay, because I feel like I saved myself from a lot of stupidity. Now, not gonna lie to you, I engaged in one single situationship. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend dating for real in college. I think college is a time to discover yourself and learn yourself. And if you're putting your time into dating and, you know, really putting your energy into dating another person, it might get hard to balance school and clubs and work and your mental health and a relationship on top of that. I don't know. I'm not really the best person to ask about dating in college because I didn't do it for real. I'm trying to tell y'all, what the fudge was dating to me? I didn't do it. I had one crush in college. One single crush. My junior year. I wasn't in these streets like that. I'm different. I'm gonna give you advice that probably other people aren't gonna give you, but this is just me though. If you wanna do that, you do that. But if you do wanna pursue dating in college, the best advice I can give you is to be smart about it and not let it distract you from the end goal, which is graduating. Don't want to ever get knocked off your pivot, okay? I know that college is a time where people like to explore themselves sexually and all that, but just be smart. I always tell people, like, I was a student, but I really wasn't a student because I would go to class and I would go home. Since I didn't live on campus, since I'm from the Bay, my home was like 20 minutes away from Berkeley. So I never stayed on campus. I was always living off campus. So after class, I would just go home. I wouldn't stay around unless there was a concert, which wasn't very often, but I wasn't really a part of student life for real until senior year, I guess. Usually the events would be later at night and I didn't feel like driving back up to school. So I wasn't really a part of student life. And that's one regret of mine. But honestly, I never wanted to stay in the dorms because why would I stay in the dorm when I live in the Bay? It doesn't make any sense. I know that if I would have lived in a dorm, I would have had more of that student experience. Make sure that you are soaking up every single moment. You're taking pictures, enjoying yourself, you're going to events, socializing with people. You're just appreciating the environment that you're in, because it will go by in the blink of an eye. Bars. Before you know it, you're gonna be graduating. So just appreciate it because it's not gonna last forever. I touched on everything pretty much. Now, if I think of more tips, I'll just leave them in the comments, maybe the description box. And also, if you guys have any tips that you might want to share in the comments, please leave them below. Let's share the knowledge, let's spread it because, you know, we all need it. Let me know if you guys have any more questions that I didn't touch on in this video and I'll just respond to you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you're about to start college, good luck. If you're in college, good luck. Godspeed to you all. You guys are gonna do amazing, and I cannot wait for you guys' journey to be completed. Just enjoy the ride. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I will talk to y'all all in my next video. Love y'all. Bye.
Get in your bag. Sashay away. Pretty far away.